Fellas, alright. Here we are. Oh shit. Anyway, we're playing Doki Literature Club. I'm gonna voice over the whole entire thing. I saw someone play this game and it looks cool, but I didn't agree with their decision makings because they suck. But I'm just better, you know, as usual. Anyway. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up on me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but... Oh, wait. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Lucky. Well, if people stare at you and acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Lucky, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Is that true? You told me that you joined a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I submissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me. When I'm perfectly content, she's just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by some carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Fucking loser. Hello? Wait. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Hey, Kamini! Sayori is vice president of the literature club.
Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she thought the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of Vice President. That said, my interest in the literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please. Why do you care?
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yeah, let's go!
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member's here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, lucky. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls!
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki?
Humph. The girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. Meet the both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Lucky.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked. But we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Lucky. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica, or the one. Oh my! Restart. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri are walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Oh, so cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
So Yuri grabs one and then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she's made it herself. This is really good.
Thank you, Natsuki.
Wait. Thank you, Natsuki.
Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this before somewhere?
Made them for you or anything?
Yeah,
I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe.
Not for you, you know, you, dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki Weird's logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying out a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Yeah, don't worry though. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess?
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy the tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. If it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Oh.
Not many people are interested in putting in all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like, you know, literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Lucky, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I wonder quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change.
am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile.
Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of... Oh. Hold up. There we go.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Echidna? My favorite ways are...
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading.
She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book. Oh wait, I read a horror book once.
I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over from me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. When you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give it back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is as cute as you are.
Sayori slides... Sidless? Settles? Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, we can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aww. I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look
quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it would really help us get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen our bond of the club. Isn't that right, Lucky?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
Eh, what's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. I offer a girl to stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But I'm sorry, I thought... Lucky. You all...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Alright, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then it makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Ah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Lucky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Lucky, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home school anymore because she's always stayed after school for the clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Settings, my AirPods just died. Settings, hold up, reloading.
Oh, shittings. What in the world? Did this fuck up my mic? Hold up. Give second. Give second. I wonder if it's because of Discord. It is. Wait, it's not. What is using it? Is OBS picking it up? Hold up, I think I'm getting closer to find the truth. This music's kind of a bop, bro. Alright, we're gonna do this. Sound. Wait, fuck, no. Few more devices. We're locking in. Oh, yeah.
Alright, giving seconds. Alright, it should be good. I just gotta unconnect and connect it back. If this shittings doesn't work, I'm gonna be so sad. I can't hear anything. Oh! I'm back. I can hear. Beautiful. Alright, we're back. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright. I really fuck with Yuri. I really do. This is... like, I have so much fucks to give to Yuri, and none to give to these two. Like, Natsuki, yeah, Natsuki and Sayori. Yeah, let's just go with Yuri. I feel like it's a kind of an easy thing. So, she's like smart, or at least she likes books, and she seems curious with manga. Sayori seems like a pick-me girl. So, I gotta pick words that Yuri likes. I don't even know what the fuck this... Vivacious? Okay, she likes it. Uncanny? Hell yeah. Tenacious? Who the fuck knows that? Starscape sounds amazing. Meager. Mellet. Fuck! Contamination? Holy moly. Kawaii! Inferno. Cool word. Analysis. Incongruent. Vitality. Frightening. Melancholy. Tragedy. What? Why does she like... what the fuck? Efflugent. Efflugent. Fester. Destiny. Parf. Unrestrained. Unending.
Hi again, Lucky. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry.
Wait, nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else is hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Lucky. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly eliminated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Lucky's always gives his best as long as we're having fun. He helps me with my busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good.
Wait, you two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Lucky can become good friends too.
Sayori? Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri,
I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, and I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the book. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch the glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Crap.
I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the books and scans her eyes over the back. The book titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost sister, young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Lucky?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories
they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, and not just because someone wants to be evil, but because things can have their own goals and own philosophy that they believe in. But then suddenly, when you thought that you related to the protagonist, they made out to be like the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well,
I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen, and it's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying?
Just a moment ago, you were saying you were looking forward to it.
Let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I sit in the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to, and that is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start to the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company, as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye, and I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk at... Oh my gosh. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book once more between the two of them. My boy's out here making plays.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each learn in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. What? What did that say? I totally just... I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. Alright. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Gotta take in my surroundings, hold on. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it underneath her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we were huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? It's kind of creepy.
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she has finished the page before me, so I turn to it by my own volition. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as if she catches it underneath her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. This guy barely knows her. How does he know her mannerisms? But Lucky, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know where you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it more of like, that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her thumb from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ouch. Wait, is that ouch? No, it's not. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Yeah, because he has the right side of the book, which is the title, and it's like a couple pages. Wait, if he has the title of the book, that means that she let go of her side, and the book fell on top of his hand, so... I mean, maybe ouch, depending on how big... That fucking rambling. Or how would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and I slip it back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. So Yuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Arr! I say I go with my homegirl. I think that's totally fair. Definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem, Lucky. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm not the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Lucky. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that's only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, but then again, can't deny that she's the part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll need to read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too? Fucking Eminem on this one. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Was that a good poem? No, I'm not a poemologist. Like, at all. Do I have to rate it? Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this?
What? No! Just a little bit.
You can't just answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah. But next time,
I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
well, I guess I look forward to it. I kinda wanna do Yuri next. Since I did cater my poem to Yuri. I don't know what I wrote exactly though. So I guess that's kind of like a bummer then. I feel like the music, hold up, I think the music's too loud. Let me put it down a little bit. Hello? I think it's better. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Wait, oh, that's not her voice, hold up. Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use your imaginary and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares me at blankly and then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if it's breaking down to more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason why I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical in new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable one I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that can go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them in a building, but getting them to work together. Most probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, or to me, or Natsuki.
Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickens, I flicker back. Flickers, I flicker back. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath. The last remaining streetlight to withstood the test of time. So she's under the last remaining streetlight that's really old somewhere, and it's an amber light, and the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green. Wait, oh, and it's the last one that's not switched to the uglier one. Gotcha. I bathe, calm, breathing air as of the present. Air of the present, but living in the past. So she's living in the present, but reminiscing in the past, and how she enjoyed it in life. And the light flickers, and she flickers back, so like the light flickers, then she flickers back. So she's just reminiscent of the past. And she flickers. I don't know what that means. I don't understand. Will she tell us? Good poem. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
Oh shit.
What? I wasn't even thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, so it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm actually really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you in a ghost, Yuri? Bro, my main character's retarded.
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Lucky.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. Shit, I didn't think about that. How it's like fading away from her. Because it's gonna get changed. Damn, that was deeper than I thought. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Lucky. Me too.
Hold up, we might have to save this. Alright, fellas, I'm gonna come back to this. It'll probably be like a jump cut, but... a couple seconds for you is a couple hours for me. Let's save this, John. Damn, it was an hour-ish ago. Oh, that was right when I got in the classroom. Yes. Yeah, the fucking reason I'm here is so funny. Anywho, I'm gonna, I guess, see you in a couple seconds. Bye.